We've been told all our lives that a balanced diet is the best way to eat. But if you're anything like me, you've discovered over and over again in your life and experience that it just doesn't work. In this video, I want to expose 5 myths or 5 lies that we have been told about a balanced diet. And then I want to present you a much more simpler way of eating that really does work. If we haven't met before, my name is Larry. I am the Carnivore pensioner, and I make videos targeted at those people over 50 years of age, encouraging them to live a healthier, longer, stronger life by simply eating real food. So what are these 5 lies? Lie number 1 is that you have to have carbs at every meal. You've probably heard this throughout your life. We've always been told that we need those carbs for energy, and that without carbohydrates, we're going to be totally depleted of energy. But the truth is, the human body can run just beautifully without any carbs at all. I was listening just last week to an Australian rules footballer who plays at the very elite level, who was saying he eats no carbs and yet he runs about 25 kilometres in every game. So the first lesson we're learning here today is that you do not need to load your plate up with carbohydrates just to be healthy. In fact, it's the reverse. Cut down on the carbs, or better still, cut them out altogether. Number 2, we heard this one a lot, or at least I did, that moderation is key. That you can have anything that you like on the food spectrum so long as it's in moderation. You can even have alcohol in moderation. You can have bread in moderation. You can have pavlova or ice cream or sugar-laden desserts in moderation. You can have anything in moderation. Did that serve us well? I don't think so. You see, in essence, folks, sugar is poison. Do you want to have poison in moderation? Does that make any sense at all? If you had a substance that you knew was poison, you'd want to cut it out altogether, totally out of your diet. And that's what we need to do with sugar as well as the carbs. Did you know that the carbs ultimately become sugar in our body? So they are essentially the same as eating sugar. There's other things that you certainly do not want in your diet, even in moderation. I'm thinking of the seed oils, erroneously called vegetable oils. They are anything but vegetable oils. These products are pure poison. They go through multiple chemical processes. You do not want them in your diet. Don't even play around with them. They're not to be used in moderation. They're to be thrown out. Put in the trash where they belong. The same with processed food. Anything that comes in a box with a barcode on it and has a label on it of any sort like that, it's processed food and it should not be eaten by humans. Okay, lie number 3, and that is that low fat is best. Boy, were we hammered with this message for decades. I certainly had it growing up in my life that you were to cut the fat off everything, and if you bought anything in the supermarket at all, make sure it had the label low fat on it, and we were told that that was the way to go. How did that work out for us? Not very well. We finished up fatter and sicker than ever. We are discovering now that when we blamed saturated fat, we should really have been blaming the sugar and the processed food and the carbs in our diet. They are the real villains. What we need more of in our diet is saturated fat. It is so nutritious, the body can run on fat. Look, if you stop eating the sugar and the processed crap, then your body will have no option but to start burning fat for fuel instead of sugar, and you're going to enter into what they call ketosis. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel so much better for it. Okay, lie number 4. You need to have some grains because you need fiber in your diet for good digestion. What a clever lie that was. The problem was that it just didn't work. In fact, fiber is totally unnecessary in the human diet. You listen to some of the doctors that are coming out now talking about fiber and saying that we were wrong on fiber. Eat your grains, they said. What they didn't tell us is about the bloating and the gas and the gut issues we would have that would be produced by these same grains and so-called health foods. Let me tell you straight, you can get everything you need nutritionally from meat and eggs and salt and butter. You do not need grains to be healthy. It's just not true. Here's lie number 5. You need variety. Something from every food group every day. Boy, what a lie that one was. And we certainly paid the price for taking that lie on board. We were told you need dairy, grains, fruit, veggies and meat every day. But now we know it's not about variety, it's about nutrient density. A meal of steak and eggs is packed with so many nutrients. In fact, it's packed with every nutrient you need to survive. There is not a single nutrient that your body needs that is not found in meat. So there we have it, 5 lies that we've been told all our lives about how important it is to eat a balanced diet. It did not serve us well, it made us fatter and sicker, and it never worked and it never will. What really works is eating animal-based foods. That means anything that comes from an animal, any animal product. Meat, eggs, fish, butter, some dairy, these are real foods that are a real alternative to trying to eat a balanced meal. Our message is really quite simple. Keep your diet simple. Drop off all the processed stuff, the highly processed carbs, and anything that's got sugar in it. Drop that off completely. Don't fear healthy saturated fat. It is good for you. Your body can run on it. It can fuel you and give you a greater energy than what you have ever known before. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs and what it doesn't need. If you learn to listen to your body, you can tune in. Your body will let you know when you're eating something that is not doing you good, and you know instantly. It'll also give you a strong affirmation in your gut if you're eating something that is totally nutritious and wholesome. You see, I tried following the balanced diet advice for most of my life, and I finished up massively overweight with a string of health conditions. I'm not going to list them all again, but I was pre-diabetic, I had a fatty liver, I had arthritis, inflammation, I could go on and on. I had a list of health conditions. I was on a list of medication until I came to the point where I thought I'm going to radically change my diet. In fact, I'm going to simplify it. From this point on, I'm going to only eat meat and eggs and salt and butter, and that's what I did, and that's what I've done for 12 months, and it has totally transformed my life and my health. I am about to turn 69. I am on 0 medications. I feel fitter and more energetic than I have in my entire life. I am feeling great, and I am not changing back. I am staying with this new way of eating for so many reasons. So look, thanks for being here today. This has just been a simple video to tell you that the balanced diet message was wrong. You probably already knew that. So embrace a simple way of eating real whole foods, preferably animal products, things that only have one ingredient, things that don't need a barcode because it's obvious what they are, and eat whole real foods, preferably animal products, as I said, and you will turn your health around. You'll lose the weight and your body will thank you, and you will be richer and stronger and live longer and stronger for it. Look, if you find my videos helpful, it really helps me out if you could put a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. They're little things, I know, they cost you nothing, but they help me enormously. So please consider doing that. I will see you on the next video. Please join our Facebook group. Please join our Facebook group, the Carnivore Pensioner. If you would like to hear the whole of my story about the carnivore diet and my transition to it and what's taken place in my life, I made a video recently of what changes took place in my life when I embraced the carnivore diet for a whole 12 months, and you can catch a copy of it just up here. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. And until then, keep telling your story, and God bless.